else. Just going to wait and see if anyone comes on board. This is kind of cool tonight. I've just realized that I have got Facebook Live on my laptop, so I'm sitting here in my office with Buddha over that shoulder. Everything's reversed on live, isn't it? And so usually when I'm doing videos, I've got Buddha on the other side of the screen, and it's kind of thrown me a little bit. So I can't see this way if anyone is online or not. So if you can give me a comment or let me know if you're there, just so I know if I'm talking to anybody or if I'm just kind of talking to myself, and you guys will catch up the recording a bit later. So is anyone around? No one's jumping in? I don't know. I don't know if anyone's there or not. Okay, so tonight I wanted to talk to you about investing in yourself and investing in your business, because over the last week I think I've probably had a dozen conversations with people about investing in my courses and in working with me, and also in investing in themselves and their personal development with other people, working with other coaches and other mentors as well. So I just wanted to talk to you about my thoughts about making investments in your business, making investments in your training and your education, and developing your business strategy and things like that. Okay, so we've got a couple of people jumped in, but I can't see who you are. So say hi, let me know who you are, and it's nice to know who's around. Oh, we've got 5 people on. Hi, Emily's on. Hi, Em. Okay, so my thoughts and my experience about investing in yourself and in your business. I've made some notes, so if I keep looking down, I've got my post-it notes on my desk tonight. Ah, Lisa's there. Hi, Lisa. I'm going to be working on on getting a VIP day and a workshop going on down in your neck of the woods. So I'm going to start really pushing for that to happen tomorrow. So I'll let you know how I go. So if anyone's in Lisa's area, she's down on the Mornington Peninsula in Victoria. So I'm looking to do, I think March time, the end of March maybe, a VIP day and a workshop in that area. So hands up to me, let me know if you're keen, and I'll make sure that you know all the details when they happen. But I'm talking about investing in yourself and in your business, and these are my thoughts about that. This is my experience. When I make a financial commitment to a coach or a mentor or a training program of some sort, I find that the more skin I have in the game, the more money I put down on the table, the more fucking work I do to get the results from the thing it is that I've invested in. Okay, so if I buy an ebook and I pay $5, or if I buy a program or a mini course and I pay $50, I tend to make less effort than if I buy a mentoring program that's worth thousands of dollars. Because for me to spend thousands of dollars means that something else gives in my life. I lose something, I give up something, and I need to make sure in my mind, well, I need to make sure because it makes sense, that I'm getting those $5,000 worth of value and I'm making that money back. So I will put in extra effort to get that money back. And what I usually find is that when I invest at that level, at that higher level, rather than the $5 ebook, I tend to make the money back before I actually do the thing, because I get so caught up about spending the money. Hey Jane, how are you? That I actually bust my ass and get my hustle on like there's no tomorrow to get that money back in the door before I actually do the thing it is that I've spent the money on. Okay, so that's thought number one. Thought number two is that this is a little bit woo-woo, so bear with me. If you're not into the woo-woo, turn off now, just for a second or two, and then come back. But this is my thoughts. on the messages that I send to the universe. If I am constantly spending money with another business owner in developing my business, in developing myself, and I usually am at some point, you know, either saving towards or currently spending on some program or one-on-one coaching with someone, if I'm constantly doing that, the message that I believe I'm sending to the universe is that I want to be a part of that cycle of exchange of money for services, okay, in the space that I work in. So in the entrepreneurial businesswoman kind of space, I tend to only spend money on my business with other women. Jane loves Woo Woo. She's sticking around. Good. Still, so are a few others. I don't know who you all are, but it's nice to have you here. If I'm constantly sending that message out that I want to be part of that exchange cycle where I spend money with someone else and they provide me with a service that's going to better me or better my business, then it sends a message that I want to be a part of that cycle when it goes the other way as well. Okay? So sometimes I'm sending a message to the universe that I want to spend money with other people so that they can better me and help me better my business. But I also am sending the message by doing that I want to be a part of it going the other way, where I'm receiving the money for helping people better themselves and better their businesses. Yeah? So it's about the indication, the messages that you're sending out to the universe. Lisa's got to go. No problem, Lisa. Chat tomorrow. And so I find when I'm doing that, it's easier for me to attract people to my business because I'm obviously out there spending money with other people, and so the exchange happens more freely. Okay? When I spend money on myself and on my business, it affirms to me or reaffirms to me that I'm worth it, that I'm worthy of spending the money on. Okay, when we run heartfelt kind of businesses, when our business is our passion and it's something that we're connected to in a heart space, you know, in a big way, often we reflect our businesses as our self-worth. That's how it works, okay? So if we have real value in our business and we spend money on our business, then it says to ourselves that we value our business as we value ourselves, okay? So it's a reflection on our self-worth. If we come from a place of scarcity and resistance when it comes to spending money on our business development or our self-development, then it sometimes can be a reflection on our scarcity and our mindset about our self-worth as well. So just watch out for that. If you're resisting spending money on developing your business when you know in your heart that it would make a difference, then look at whether that's a reflection of your self-worth, okay? The other thing that I think is that, and I know this for sure, that when I started to level up and find those bigger dollar amounts to spend in coaching and on getting, you know, one-on-one and getting into bigger sort of level masterminds, then I know that I took a mindset shift and I started to feel like my business was a more serious proposition. It was a more serious thing that I was doing. It suddenly became not so much a hobby because I was obviously spending these larger amounts on my coaching and on developing my business. And so it felt like a more serious kind of grown-up enterprise. And that's a really, really good mindset shift to have, because it stops you adopting that those sort of limiting beliefs that we can have about our business, that it's like a side gig and it's a little hobby that we do. And often we take on board conditioning from other people in this area too, where people sort of, and particularly when we're mums and we're working from home, it kind of loses some of its seriousness and it loses its viability in other people's eyes, and we can pick up some of that as well. But when we're spending that sort of money on our development and on our business development, it puts in our minds that we're at a higher level, and so that mindset shift shifts, and we don't take on limiting beliefs from other people as much. Okay, so this week this video has come about because this week I've had loads and loads of conversations with people about this kind of thing. That, you know, I've had, because I have a couple of offers out at the moment, and I always have people sort of a little bit hesitant about spending money because they're at the very start of their businesses. You know, there's not a lot of cash flow. Sometimes there's no cash flow, and that money that they would spend with me has to come out of the family income or their household money or whatever, you know. And so I understand the hesitation because I've been there myself. You know, I have sold things to buy into business development kind of courses and learn strategies and things like that. Myself and my son have done without things in the past because I've found the money for mentoring or coaching from somewhere else, you know, because it just wasn't in my business at the time. So I've had conversations with people in the last week or two where I've been asked if I would set up a barter system, you know, and in exchange for my time or my products, in exchange for something that they could offer me. I've had people ask me if I can guarantee that they will make the money back that they've spent on me if they jump into whatever it is that I'm offering. I've had people ask me if they can pay later, do the thing now and pay later. I've had people ask me if they can jump in and just not pay anything because, you know, they'd really like to, things like this. Okay, so I've had lots and lots of conversations about it. So I thought, and I don't know why it's come up this week, but this week or two, the last 2 weeks, I've been having these conversations. So if you're one of the people that has had one of these conversations with me, then please don't feel bad about that, because, you know, we all have you know, go through these kinds of stages. We all have limiting beliefs about money, and we have money blocks, and we have to find ways around them. So, you know, there's absolutely no judgment from me for you starting those conversations with me. And I'm really pleased actually for the opportunity, because it's given me a chance to jump on this live stream and give a few hopefully thought-provoking ideas about this stuff, you know. So my experience in the past for me is that if you want something badly enough, even if the money isn't sitting in a savings account ready to spend, you will find the money, because there is always a way to make more money. There's always a way to find more money. It's just that sometimes you need to be a little bit creative about it. Okay, and I know this because, as I said, I have sold things before to pay for one-on-one sessions with high-end coaches. I have done without things. My son and I have not had the holidays that we used to have in the last couple of years because that money has gone to my business development. Don't tell him, he doesn't know. Okay, but I know that it's been worth it, and the money tracking that I've done over the last 2 years has shown me that every time I spend the money, I increase my income. So, you know, I'm absolutely sure, because I've seen that pattern repeat. So that's one point about it. Another point is that the conversations that I've been having. One of my rules that I made a little while ago was that I don't do work for nothing, as a rule, and I don't do work for a barter arrangement, because the message that sends out to the universe, Jane will be on board, but this is where I get a bit woo-woo again, is that the message I send to the universe is that I'm happy to provide my services, to provide my products without receiving cash. And so then I draw in more of that to myself. Okay, so that's not what I want. I can't pay my bills with the services that you offer, even though they might be completely awesome and amazing. But the message I want to send to the universe is that if I provide a service or if I provide a product, then I expect to receive cash for that. And so then that's what I attract more of. It's just that manifesting rule. Whatever you put out there, you receive more of, okay? So, having said that, there is one exception where I do pay it forward, where I do offer something for nothing, but as a rule I don't, and instead what I try and do is pay it forward by offering really, really awesome value for free. Avi is saying, oh, absolutely. Emily, that's a good question. I'll get to that in a second, okay? So I offer loads and loads of freebies. If you go to my website, there's a page always that's full of free trainings and free offers. And this Instagram 5-minute health check that I've just done has gone off. So if you've been involved with that, thank you so much, because it's been a real eye-opener for me, and it's been a lot of fun to kind of dig into everybody's Instagram accounts. I'm going to run that for a few days still, so let me know if you're keen on me doing a review of your Instagram feed. So the way that I do pay it forward, and the way that I do, the only way that I will offer my services or my products for free, is that every time I create something new, so if I do a group mentoring program on a particular topic, or if I offer like a walk yourself through it sort of online program or whatever, I will give one of them away to specifically to a single mum who hasn't worked with me before, who is in the startup phase of her business, and who is prepared to really dig in and do the work. So i.e. she has to be dying to work with me, okay? So this woman has usually been kicking around for a while, and I'll put an offer out to say, you know, I've just created this new thing, and so as always I'm going to be giving it away one time, one of them, to a single mum who's struggling to support herself and her kids. And the reason that I do that is because it's something that's close to my heart, because obviously I'm a single mum, and there's been times in my life where I have really benefited from other people who have been in business for a long time helping me out and giving me a little bit of a boost. So that's the reason that I do that, because I do also believe in paying it forward when I can. So Emily, I'm not sure if that answers your question about offering a freebie for a donation. I think that when it's a charitable kind of gesture, and it's something that you have independently chosen to do, then I think it's different. It's not something that I would do a lot of to the detriment of my cash flow, but I do think that it is a good thing to do, because I do absolutely believe in karma, and I think that paying these things forward to people that are, you know, that need a bit of a boost, need a bit of a hand, then that's different, you know. So every now and then, absolutely, and I think I know the thing that you're donating to, and I'm trying to come up with something for that as well. So if anyone's got any ideas about if you know, I think it is maybe Susan's event, the Intimo event that's local, that's I think Emily's considering a donation for that. So I'm trying to come up with something that I can throw into that hat as well. Roman is online. Hi darling, you all ready for your holiday? Bali girl, so jealous. I'm thinking Roman is going to Bali tomorrow, and I want to go too. I really do. I might go with her. Okay, so that's my thoughts on investing in yourself and your business. I would love to hear yours. Susan's put her hand up for an Instagram account review. I might run you through yours in our session this week, Susan, because yours will be easy peasy. I think you're doing all right, actually, from what I remember. But I will I will do that. So I have got a group Instagram thing coming up. It's called Fall in Love with Instagram, and it's where I'm going to be actually walking you through my actual sales funnel. I knew that she was going to pull me up on saying her name wrong. There she is. I knew I was. Anyway, let me talk about my Instagram thing, and I'll talk about you and your funny name in a minute. I'm going to get Romana to do, what is it? Romana. Okay. Did I get it? Romana. I'm going to get Romana to walk us through how to pronounce her name. She can do a live stream from Bali and make us all jealous. Teach us how to say her name. Fall in love with Instagram is what I'm talking about. Okay. Focusing. I'm not looking at the comments. I'm focusing. And this is where I'm going to walk you through my actual sales funnel in Instagram and how I make money from my Instagram followers. Hi, Angelica. It goes live as a group mentoring, a 90-minute group mentoring, live with me on Friday the 24th of February at 7 p.m. Melbourne time. Now, there's only one session left of this, so if you want it, get on it, because I don't know when I'm going to offer it again. 7 p.m. Melbourne time, 24th of February. You get a 90-minute group mentoring session with me where I actually physically walk you through my exact sales funnel on Instagram, including the scripts that I use. And then you get a bonus 30-minute laser coaching session with me, one-on-one, you and I figuring out your strategy for your Instagram sales funnel. So you get both of those sessions for $180. Now, I have offered, I wasn't going to offer some payment plans with this, but I've had people ask me, so I am going to do a 3-weekly payment plan, $60 a week. If that's something that would interest you, PM me, let me know. But this is the thing that I haven't put out yet, that I am also offering to one single mum. Okay, so if you know anyone that might be interested in growing their Instagram following and putting in place a sales funnel that will generate them an income, she will be a single mum receiving government benefits. She hasn't worked with me yet. She's in a startup phase of her business, and she will do the work because she's dying to work with me, dying to kick her business along. Okay, so give her a shout out, let her know to get in touch with me, whoever she is, and we'll chat, and if she's the right fit, then she gets the spot. Okay, I think that's it. I think that's all that I have to say. I'm off to pronounce Romana's name and practice it. I reckon, do you know what, I reckon I've said your name about 14 different times. I've done every variation when I've been talking about you. So I think I'm going to revert to, Jane knows her. Do you know how to say her name? I think henceforth we're going to call her the blue-haired witch. I think that might do. Because that's easier to say, isn't it? I really hope she's still watching. I hope she's laughing and not getting cross at me. Romana says, brilliant, I've been there, you're awesome. Thank you, even if I can't say your name properly. There's a lot of us that have been here and been that single mum and had our credit card in our hands and not known if it's going to work at the supermarket or not. and so yeah, it's her that I want to help out. Okay, so that's it. Is it everyone's laughing at me because I can't say the name? That's okay. I laugh at myself every day. All right, I'm gonna go. I think it might be wine time. It's 9:30. I haven't got a wine in my hand yet. That's not okay. All right. Take care, girls. Lovely to chat to you all. Thanks so much for watching. And let me know if you want a free 5-minute Instagram health check, because I'm doing a few more. I got up to date with them today. You guys are cracking me up tonight, all these comments. No, that's what I said, says Jane. You're so funny. Night, Susan. Sleep well, darling. No worries, Angelica. See you later. Alright, I'm going to go. Bye.